opened the 6th of April 2019. It was a huge whirlwind. It was crazy. We didn't have obviously any figures to go by before, or what we could compare it with or anything like that. So it was kind of hope for the best and a guessing game. So in 2019, we turned over 1.5, which for a new 1.5 million. So as for a new business that wasn't fully established, we were pretty chuffed with that. So we were very happy about that. And then the growth from that side of it is that even though Corona has hit, we are still on track for a 1.7 to £2 million turnover for 2020 into 21, which sometimes I need to remember that. Like when you're in the thick of it and things seem tough, or you have off days, it doesn't mean that the whole year has been bad. But considering that we're still not even 2 years old yet, I'm very, very proud of that. Yeah. We had all the training in place, the team was all introduced to the farm. We thought we had everything kind of going. And we put the advert out that we were opening just on Facebook, and it was just Facebook alone. And we had 2,500 people say that they were attending, and I was like, oh yeah, 2,500 people, they won't all turn up, that's fine. And then opening day came, doors opened, and 9,000 people walked through the door. We had to borrow our neighbours' fields for parking, and we created this one-way system. And we didn't expect it, but oh my gosh, I felt so grateful that all these people were coming through, and I don't know how it happened really. It just was crazy. And ever since then, I think it's given us that buzz that we love hosting events now. We love doing different things that's not your average farm shop sort of thing. And that's definitely the most memorable. The initial business plan was the essential concessions in. So just the butchers, having the deli, essential wine was for me, and then the homeware department. But from that, it's then grown as that we didn't think we were going to have a cookery school. We didn't think we were going to have a workshop room or children's education or chocolatier or ice cream maker. That has just kind of fallen into place. The farm is a collective of independent businesses and concessions, and I think that's what makes us so different.
Since coming to the farm 2 years ago, we use nothing but local suppliers from closest 2 fields away. 100% grass-fed beef. The furthest we go to source our cattle is 7 miles from Temple Grafton. Being part of the farm to me is, I guess it's a little bit of a farm family. My products that we source locally go into the restaurant, they go into the deli. We're very attentive to what we do, and all I've seen is my numbers just go up the way, really. I produce the hams, the sausage rolls, and the Sunday roasts.
I don't think we can make them quick enough. It's just, you get them out of the oven and the tray's sold before it even reaches the counter. So it's amazing. Veggie sausage rolls, a lot of meat eaters are such fans of our veggie sausage rolls, aren't they? And I think it's because we don't just use a meat substitute, as we use crushed walnuts and chestnuts and mushrooms and cheese, and it's a lot of flavour in it. The farm is made up of lots of independent businesses and suppliers, not just one huge wholesaler that fills the shelves. I think it's quite easy to do, and that's not us. We research, we look on Instagram for different suppliers, new suppliers come to us. We chat to people at other farmers markets or Stratford market, and that's what's the most enjoyable side of it, and that comes across in our product selection and how we kind of present ourselves and the content that we share with people.
I'm Holly, I run the SAB at the farm, and we're chocolatiers. We've been going for about 3 years. We make all sorts of things from chocolate lollipops to slabs. At the moment we're working on Valentine's lollipops. We used to have no glass on our frontage. It's been put in now, but I think it's really nice that the customers still knock on the door and come and speak to us and see what we're making. They'll always ask us questions. I think the open kitchen's been really beneficial to have. It's nice to people to see what we do.
I'm Flo. I work at the Slab Chocolate at the farm. I've worked with Holly for like 8 months now. I started just March last year. I love working at the farm, it's so nice. It's nice that we get to have a unit that people get to like look in on and they get to watch us making chocolate. And it's nice to be able to talk to the customers that come through too when they've got any questions. And I actually love visiting the pigs like every day. My favourite moment at the farm was the little farmers market we did over Christmas and had loads of like independent stalls outside and had loads of people coming through the doors that wouldn't usually like come in. They travelled to the area to come to the farm and it was just nice to see it really busy over Christmas.
So we've got some really exciting new concessions and collaborations happening over the next kind of year or so. One of them being a collaboration with a local salon called Nash White. They have come up with an amazing concept which I think will add so much to the farm. They're developing an old Airstream, like a classic silver caravan, which is going to have hair salon seats in it. And I'm so excited. Like, they're such a great business. They're local. I get my hair done there. They're well recognised, and they're young guys who've just got such passion for what they do. So this is the fruit and veg area. So we have a huge focus on no plastic or as minimal plastic as possible, and we source a lot of our ingredients locally. And also with Birmingham Food Market. So yeah, loads of colour, all about your 10 a day. But the layout, we wanted it to flow round. The biggest thing for me is like the supply chain and not having that use of plastic. And the team knowing that is that we're really lucky that we've got the fruit and veg queen. As I say, she's really on it and she absolutely loves our ethos of kind of minimising as much plastic use as possible, and using brown bags or biodegradable bags, or customers buying their own, bringing their own bags in. And we get a lot of customer comments as well saying like, it's great to see that you've got such little plastic around, and we can shop for kind of what we need. We don't need 10 carrots, we can just get 3 carrots from you. So this is our Zoomex machine, so it's fresh orange juice. Basically pumps about 25 oranges into 1 litre, and it's really popular with the kids, and we use it in the cafe too. So it's one of the best things that we've got at the farm. So our package system is based on bulk foods and just buying what you need. So bringing your own reusable packages in, all of your brown bags, weighing what you need, and it's really popular with children, adults. They love the aspect of bringing in their own container, weighing it themselves, and then coming back, getting rewards for it, receiving 10% off when they come back. So it's one of our most popular. We bought this pretty much 6 months after we bought the farm. It was just one of those things that we knew from the offset that we wanted, and they're so popular in like Australia and Europe, and I don't know why it hasn't been a thing in England. So yeah, this has always been on the agenda. So when we were setting the business up, we always had in mind we would be having solar panels. We have had 300 solar panels installed, which has saved us 28.8 tonnes of CO2, which is amazing. And it is the equivalent of having 80 kettles on for 8 hours a day, which when you put it into that kind of content, I think people understand how great it is. Rainwater harvesting, looking after our water supply, using recycled packaging, and it's been great kind of sharing that content with customers and giving them a better understanding of what they can do to help with sustainability and acting sustainably. So we've got rainwater harvesting that flushes all of our toilets, it waters the market garden. It is such a big thing. We use a refill my bottle. We're on a program to do that, so anybody that can come in, instead of buying tap water, we can refill. It sounds really simple, but we get a lot of cyclists, we get a lot of walkers, and they really appreciate that. When I was designing Nourish, the menu was like 8 to 10 pages long. It was crazy, but that was just ideas from like traveling and being in Australia and being in Sri Lanka that I thought, oh, I like that on the menu. Is there a way that we can introduce it to the farm and into Nourish? So once we kind of were established with Nourish, we went through the menu with the chefs and said, like, what can we focus on and what can we do really, really well? Nourish covers wise, inside is 90 covers, and then outside we started off with about 30 covers, and then last summer, we then extended by, we've popped up a gazebo and got some more sheltered area, so it's kind of all year round, fit for purpose. We now can fit about 60 people outside, which is great. And that's seating. So with also kind of people having takeaway coffees, people just kind of watching their children in the play area, I reckon you could fit 80 people to 100 out there quite easily. The menu has developed that our big focus is lunch, and it's kind of like that, those families and those couples and the business people coming out for like a good hearty lunch, wholesome, working with the ingredients from the farm. And also the pizza oven has just been like a huge hit. Everybody loves a pizza. I don't know anyone that doesn't love a pizza, but the fact that it's our own sourdough, Jamie's in charge of looking after the sourdough, and it's his baby. We've set it up so it's like a one-way system. You can just kind of follow the arrows round. We've gone with a counter service, so it's a lot easier to manage staffing levels, for labour costs. As you can see, it's a great flow at the moment and it's working. We're just pretty ready to have everybody sitting in now and dining. Our cookery school, which has only actually been running for like 3 months or so, so pre-COVID, absolutely amazing, and so glad that we introduced a cookery school and kind of workshop room. We've had guest chefs in, so we have a pasta maker from Nottingham, we've got a Japanese chef, we've got a master in kind of venison butchery, all things like this that customers then can book onto and learn new skills. And there's definitely a market for it, is people are buying experiences over actual gifts and presents now. And we've also been able to rent it out as like filming. So we're on the Great British Menu, we've been on Channel 4's Snack Masters, we've been on the Gadget Show, which was great. The livestock side of it and the animals has been a huge asset to the farm. We always knew that we wanted to have the animals on site, mainly just kind of for children to see and people to see. And just because I'd never had pets before, so I was like, right, I really want pigs and I really want sheep and all sorts of stuff like that. So but that's grown, that's hugely grown, and that's actually a very profitable part of the business, is that we've made it very accessible for customers to go and see the pigs, that they know the names of the pigs, that they can interact with them a lot. The fact that we're so transparent about the pigs being kind of reared on site and you can go and see them and then they've got names, and that is that it helps with like the circle of life and people understanding that good quality meats are like local and they're minimum food miles. It's here, it's on your doorstep. Come and see it, come and see what it's like before it then goes to slaughter or anything like that. So yeah, it's definitely a bonus for having the farm, is the animals.
started Flourish at the farm 2 years ago, supporting schools and families around Warwickshire and the Midlands, giving them enriching and alternative educational experiences. So one of our big things about our business is we're an outdoor educational outfit. You know, we obviously have our indoor spaces, but we really need the outdoor space. And one of the best things about the farm is the fact that we've got our wonderful outdoor educational area where we can do our den building, our fire making, the animals here, which are again really essential for a lot of our children with autism. And so I think, you know, through the farm being here, it's been allowed us to have the space to be outside, to, you know, be those 2 meters apart, you know, and thankfully to the Wells family, they've kept the doors open, which means that we can keep our doors open, which is absolutely quintessential for all the families and schools and councils that we support.
I was very lucky that from about 12 years old, I started working in a tea room in Stratford, and I had this boss who ended up being my role model and my business advisor for so long, or she probably didn't even know that she was my business advisor, but just the way that she did things, I learned along the way so much. And she sadly passed away early last year, and just I wish I could say to her, you taught me so much. Even little things like she wouldn't let me use a calculator when I was adding up people's bills and stuff like that, but that's then helped me with working out, like, or doing my accounts and things like that now. So it's just, I definitely knew I wanted to be my own boss, and she was somebody that I looked to at that. I mean, I personally think I'm in an industry where it's quite male orientated, and at my age is hugely, it's seen like 28, female, no farmer background, but I've got background in marketing and running businesses. So I think it was just that confidence and thinking, actually, do you know what? I'm going to give this a go, and I'm going to give it my best shot. If it doesn't work out, then at least I've tried, and I can say I've tried. I always think that I can do more. So a farm 2 is definitely on the cards. We just want to get this one right first of all, and obviously everybody's had to deal with COVID, and it's not been a regular working year. So I think farm 2 definitely. When, I don't know. Where? Bristol, around Bristol way. That's only because I lived there for 4 years. Food is such a big thing there. And they are so supportive of independent businesses, but there's also really great farm shops around there that do a similar thing. So Bristol, Cheltenham, that way. Yorkshire's already very good at their farm shops. So yeah, I think that kind of way would be great. COVID hasn't necessarily been a bad thing for our business. It's affected the outer world hugely, but our business, I think, it's been a silver lining to it, and it's made customers realise the importance of shopping local and shopping independent and supporting the little people who do actually do a little dance every time like a transaction's made. Like, quite frankly, we're like, yes, come on, like, it's growth. So yeah, COVID's not been too bad for us. The farm is very family orientated. We're a family run business, and I think customers can really see that in how we work and how we work as a team. So if anybody wants to come by and see how it works, come and chat to me, or my dad or the team, then please come by, based in Stratford. So yeah, anybody welcome.